All right. So,
Hello.
how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. My headset's not connected yet, so let me try to connect. Okay, can somebody say something again to see if my headset is now working?
Can you hear us?
Oh, there you go. I heard you. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Let me let everyone else in. How's it going, guys? Hi, Melinda, Lorena, Eleanor, Isaac. Wow. I think I'm beginning to place a few of you guys with names. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Joanna. All right. So how's your Saturday? How was your long weekend? Not your Saturday. It's all the way to Tuesday. It's confusing because it's kind of Monday and yikes, no, it's Tuesday. Actually, hold on. I have to do one thing here in the course, which is to enable the module. Well, letting people in. Okay. I've been changing around some of the stuff we do because since some people don't have the textbook yet, I had to do a lot of changes in the course deadlines and assignments. And so I'm just making sure there might be some, they're still a little bit off when we go to the course. I'm gonna make sure that everything is consistent because I shifted some things around. How's it going, you guys? Did anyone had anything cool and special on their long weekend happen? Nope.
Not really.
Well,
Professor,
A lot of hiking.
a lot of hiking. I actually didn't have anything happen special on the weekend, except for that I had to prepare for it because my very good friend from Argentina just arrived today. She's visiting me for a week and I just picked her up at the Airbus. And so I spent the weekend getting the house ready because we have a small house and a lot of people and making space for her. So that was my weekend. Good time. Anyway, she just arrived and I'm like, okay, hi. And by the way, I'm about to get on Zoom. So there we go. All right, is everyone here? I'm getting one more person in. And there we go. All right. So just as a question, it's okay if you did or didn't yet, but to know, everyone who's here, have you all turned in the one assignment that was due this week?
Professor?
Yeah.
I have a question. I was not too sure how to do the screenshot. I mean, I know how to do it, but it shows different because I have a Windows.
Okay, so one thing I want to remind you is that that's why I'm here for questions and stuff like that, but I also want to remind you that the course is technically all the information is online. So if you don't remember how I explained it, or if you weren't here during Zoom, or if you were here but it went fast, then the explanations for how to do things should be online. And I'm just saying because this is kind of a hybrid. It's not really hybrid. Usually it was, I would do all this in person. Let me just, I'm barely seeing you because my glasses are so dirty. Give me a second while I clean them. But since this week, this time it is online, except for them, I'm adding all these explanations. That kind of stuff should be online under the assignment, right? So I'm gonna just
like I know
show
how to do
you.
the screenshot. It's just I don't know how to explain it. Like it shows different, like the image, how you want the screenshot.
Oh, the image of how I want the screenshot, not how to do it.
Yeah. I don't know if you want me to show you what I'm.
Yeah, go ahead and share to see if I understand a bit better. What I'm trying to say is, go ahead and share your screen meanwhile. But
Okay.
if you know how to, or if I need to walk you through it, are you Mac or PC? Just to first get that clear. Are you using a
Uh,
Mac or a
a PC.
Windows?
Windows,
Windows,
yeah.
okay. Because there's two ways to do screenshots. And all I want for the screenshot is an idea of the folders that you have. Do you need, do you know how to share your screen?
Yes, let me go ahead and share it with you.
Mhm.
Um,
Let me see.
so
Okay.
this is what I meant. Like, you know how for you
Mhm.
it shows everything like right here?
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. You're not showing your view. Okay, so go up to see where it's the blue thing that says file, then it says home, share, and view.
File.
Home, go to the right. No, don't click on file. Don't click on
Oh,
file. Just where it says file, then on the right it says home, then share, and then view. Have you? Okay, so view. Click on view. And you are seeing details, and on the left side, go ahead and click on the trying to think. You have a different view than the regular default
yeah,
view.
that's what I was trying.
And so click on where on the very left icon that says navigation pane. Click on that and let's see. Click on right underneath it where it says navigation pane.
Okay.
Went up. Yeah, click on that. There you go.
Oh, okay.
You're missing the navigation pane. So
Thank-
now you can open up the little arrow under the word this PC, for example. And there you get to like your documents, and I don't know where you put that when you put it in documents. Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. And now you can either use it from in there, or you can also go to the navigation pane, which now is on the left side, and go down to the Word documents now. Keep going down
Right here.
and see that little tiny arrow on the left of the Word documents. Now you can click on
Uh-huh.
that. So you see it also
Oh,
there. So those are the things that I was sharing. You can even see it on the navigation pane, or as you
yeah.
did, you can see it inside in the big window, but in both
Thank
ways.
you. I'm new to this
Just,
computer, so it's like
no, that's fine.
you know.
Usually the default setting is the one that I showed, but sometimes people change them or it came different. So there you just had a different view.
Thank
I
you.
always tell people how when you have, you know, a flyer of something and you have a detailed explanation of something, it's doing the same thing, but you're viewing it in a different way. And this is all you, when you go to the view there, you can change everything. And yeah, it can look like it's a whole nother computer. It can look so different. So there you go. That was it. I'm glad we
Thank you.
figured it out. So, but you do know how to do the screenshot. So that wasn't it. It was this, your
Yeah, it
question,
was
right?
basically this pretty much.
Cool. Well, there you go. I stopped your sharing then.
Yep.
All right. Great question. Anything else? See, what you did is perfect. Anything that looks completely like, I don't recognize it. I don't know what's happening. Two things I want to say. You can wait till Tuesday to talk to me, or you have all week. Maybe if this question came up over the weekend and this is the first time, and you know, yesterday was Monday and it was Labor Day. But don't forget that every single day of the week, you have the chance to talk to on Zoom to people who can help you. And many times these kind of questions, if you email, some people are emailing me or asking in the help questions, these questions where I need to actually see what's happening, because it's not something that you type and go, I don't know how to do a screenshot. I would have never guessed what she was meaning. But since she showed me her screen, I went, oh, that's what's happening. So I was able to help her, right? So when you see that it's something that somebody needs to see, the Zoom sessions that the online tutors offer are the best way to get that kind of help. In the past, you would have had to go to the lab and show it, and people would have helped you there. But now that you have them on Zoom, you have the special comp instructor, tutor who has certain schedules, but then you have basically all day from, I think it's 9 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. People who can help you with basics Windows questions like these. Okay, and it's fine that you ask me, but you know, just letting you know that you have help for this kind of stuff all week long. You don't need to get stressed with time and wait for me to show up at 6 on Tuesday. All right. So I'm glad you asked that. Anyone else who ran into anything with the comp folder screenshot?
I just wanted to mention that I wanted to do it the way you had it, like sample Word first and then Excel later,
Yeah.
and all that. But it was, you know, I guess the format, it's that it's an alphabetical order. Therefore, it cannot look exactly like yours. Just so you know.
Yeah, so again, it's part of that view, and probably the view where that screenshot was taken. That screenshot was probably taken when the view was set to in order of date created. So then it was like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. But if you go by alphabetical order, then Excel would be first. No, Access would be first, and then Excel, you know. So again, the same thing I just showed Natalie, you go to the view and you can change how to sort things. So I don't care at all which way it looked when you submitted it, but I do want you guys to know about that option. So in fact, it's important to me that you do know about those choices. So I'm going to show you my screen, and I've got my screen way over here right now. Let me move it over here. Let me share the screen with you to show you a bit more, because especially when a similar question pops up twice, I know that many others have that question. So here's how I showed you the window before. With this here is called the navigation pane. And by the way, another reason I'm talking about this right now is because this is the kind of stuff that you're going to be, if you want, asked about during the exam, right? It's Windows, how to navigate and do things in Windows. And so this is one of them. By default, the assumption is that everyone has this navigation pane here on the left side, and then here's where it shows you. What that means that if you click on something here, it shows you what's in here at this point. It shows you if you're, in documents, it shows you in here what's in documents. If you're in the S group, it shows you what's in S group. But if you didn't have this, which was happening to Natalie, then how do you handle that? Or if they're not showing up in alphabetical order. So let me see these right now. So there you go, Patricia. Now it's in Access, Excel, PowerPoint, Word, because now it's in alphabetical order. So how you change all of these, I actually tried to explain it also in the help section today, but notice that there's these little words here: name, date modified, type, size. And if I were to click on name one more time, just one time, see how now it went Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Access. I click on it again. Now it's Access, Excel, PowerPoint, Word. What this is happening is that each time I click, the sort inverts itself. Right now it's alphabetical order. It's actually alphanumerical. So if you had a number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, those go ahead of the A. Then comes the A all the way to the W. But if you click on it, it's backwards. So you would have Z on top and A on the bottom. And that's all it is. You flip it and you flip it. Okay. Now, that means that everything gets set up by whichever you're prioritizing. So in this case, if I click it one more time, it's prioritizing A through Z. But I could also click on date modified. Now, since these were all done the same day and with very similar time, there's 8:01, 8:04, 8:06. If I were to click on date modified and click one time, these have flipped. Notice that none of this now makes sense as far as alphabetical. Access is first, which is the A, then you have the P, then the E, then the W. It's because now the sort is happening according to date modified. And if I click again, it's going from 8:01 through 8:06. And if I click again, now it's 8:06 to 8:01. See that? So it's prioritizing what I'm clicking on. Now, this is what matters more. Now, they're all folders, so this won't make a difference. It won't really change much. And size, there's nothing much in them. But if you had things with a lot of stuff in them, then size and things, each one of these would. So the default setting is name and alphabetical order, but you can remodify things like that. And then if you want to change any of that, you click under view, and then you make your choices. You can make, right now we're view by default seeing things as detail, but you could be seeing them as large icons or small icons and many others that are, the moment I click, it'll change to that. So yeah, under this view, you can change all that. And as you saw now, you can turn on or off the preview pane. Okay, so this is just everything of how to handle the file explorer, which is what this window is. And once again, the file explorer is basically what lets us see inside of my computer to find all my stuff. And so when a lot of people have not learned to use this, and so if you click on, a folder, you just, or if I click on this PC, you see everything here. And I'd say that 99% of people go in here and then start double clicking. They go double click, right, to go in. When you double click and there's nothing there to back out of this, you have to like go to the arrow to back out, right? Or you go to downloads and I don't have much in this. This is the school VDI and there's nothing in it, so I can't do examples of much stuff, but I go back and it's gone. And then you end up having to do this weird navigation versus if you were to just do this here where you open up by clicking on stuff in here, and the only place where I have stuff is in this one, then you can just move quickly through all of them through Word or through Excel and then just go straight to what you want. You're already way deep into Excel module 1 versus here you would have had to go, had you done it the other way, you'd have had to go comp and then double click comp and then double click Excel and double click module 1. So it takes like 5 or 6 double clicks to get into Excel module 1 versus here, all you need to do is just open this up and then go straight to Excel module 1. So this is just a much more efficient way of working, but both are just as valid for people who want to get to do things faster. So like if you already know this other way in doing it, then practice this one in the navigation pane and just practice it now, because it's the more practice you get with this kind of stuff is what makes you faster, which means that if you go to work, you spend much less time doing this like kind of busy work, like finding files, right? So practice it, practice what you don't know. And if this is your first time around in this, just do it whichever way you can. If in the exam they ask you to go open a folder, which they will, open a folder and open a certain file inside of a certain folder, either way you do it, it'll consider it correct. It's not going to have one choice over another, but the training will show you one way to do it. And that way to do it will be fine. But if you do it the other way, that'll work as well. You know what I'm trying to say? The computer knows that both ways are correct. So they're equivalent. So anyway, cool. Any other questions about the comp folders? I see a yes, Isaac, on your video. Is that just yes, you did the assignment, or is that yes, you have a question?
That was yes, I did the assignment.
Cool. All right. Anyone else? Are we all set up? Okay. I'm accustomed to having the assignments due ahead of this meeting, and so then grades are in. But now that assignments are due after this meeting, by the time we have the meeting, I don't have grades or feedback on your assignments. So if you ever have a question about something you've already submitted, but you're not sure or whatever, this is the chance to ask me or talk about it, because then you still have until midnight to submit it. You know what I mean? To make changes or do stuff like that. So I'm going to get accustomed to the fact that stuff that's due today is really still not due until tonight, midnight. So we can still work it. Usually on my meetings, I work on the next week's things, but if there's anything always like Natalie just had about something that's due today, please bring it up. All right. So I'm going to go to home. I'm showing you, I need to go to student view. Hold on. There you go. So here I'm showing you, I'm not going to, by the way, I'm not going to give the link to the Zoom anymore, because it's always going to be here. At, oh, and that one was the wrong time anyway, 5:30. It used to be that my Zoom was at 5:30. That one went, because it's always here. But I just had these set up one more time because there's some people who joined the class last week who still weren't accustomed, and this announcements go into your emails. If people who don't know where to come for the link, they would see it. But this is it from now on Tuesdays. You just have to remember to come. It won't be reminding you every Tuesday, because some people are going to come and some won't, and it'll just bug them to keep hearing that the link is there. Okay, so from now on, the link for the meeting is over here. All right, so there's a couple of things that are due next week. Let me switch for a second to so I can have a reminder of what we're going through. So here we have what we're going to be doing today. First of all, I wanted to remind you that Sam access free trial is expiring. Is anyone left who still hasn't purchased the code? Not the textbook, but the code. Is anyone here still needing to purchase it, or have you all purchased it? I got a reminder from Cengage that I had to, there are some people still not purchase it, but maybe it's not students who are here today in this Zoom. Okay, just letting you know, because we're gonna do our first SAM assignment, and we're gonna do it, it's due next week, but we're gonna do it here in class. If you wanna do it with me, it's really simple, but it's to get you guys submitting, it's, starting and submitting a first assignment, getting you through the hoops. So I wanna make sure that everyone has their SAM is working. I'm going to explain to you an assignment that you have that's due next week, which you need to do a little bit of research. And I have some three sites, some videos and some things to read for you to learn about how to purchase a new computer. And even if you don't need to buy one for yourself, we're going to assume that you're going to need to buy a new computer. It might be for your son, it might be for your husband, it might be for work, whatever your need is, and then research based on that need, what kind of computer you think is the best computer to buy. And so you're going to learn a lot about that kind. And then you're going to have to send me a decision of this is the computer I'm going to buy and how come, why I made that choice. Okay, so that's one assignment that you have due next week. And then the other assignment due next week, we're going to complete it here today if you stay with me, or you can do it on your own, as I said, which is we're going to do our first SAM project. And it's really very simple. It's just how to use SAM. It's not really about how to use Word. Like, you're not going to learn much about Word yet, but we will be opening Word to make sure that SAM is working, to make sure that that your office is set up and working. Okay, so it's kind of like a little introductory, let's make sure everything is working assignment. Now, for those of us who are on VDI, I'm also going to double check that you know how to save your things into the S drive and the differences between S and the Google Drive. Some people might want to ask, need to know about their Google Drive, so we'll be talking about that. So these are the two things that are due, but I also want to remind you about the exams, because next week is when Windows 10 exam is going to happen. So like today you had a Windows 10 question, so I'm happy to do a lot more. We're going to do, Windows 10 review, especially if Windows is new to you. I have some tips and tricks and things that I want to show you that are good. And if you know Windows really well, then just run through the training to make sure you know how the exam is going to be. But the other thing I want you guys to start doing is to, especially those of you who are comfortable with Windows and you're just waiting for the exam to arrive, then you can start preparing for the computer concepts exam, doing the computer concepts training, which is going to take a lot more practice and studying than the Windows did, because I mean, for many of you guys, what's inside of a computer isn't necessarily something you just know how to use them, but you haven't really learned about the networking and all that kind of stuff. So so we're gonna prepare more for it next week, but I just want to warn you that it's a good time to start preparing, especially those who already are comfortable with Windows 10. And many of you guys are not, so then just wait for next week for that one. All right, so these are the two assignments that are due. I want to find out what's happening with the textbook. Has anyone here still not received their textbook? Because remember that they were going to be arriving on September 10th. But I said, if you need the textbook, let me know, because then they'll give you next day mail. But I didn't receive anyone's email. None of you guys, I don't think any of you guys sent me an email saying, mine is missing, please get me second day mail. Nope, no takers. None of you guys here is missing their textbook. Nope. Okay,
Yeah,
so there's yes. Lorena, okay, because yeah, I remember you were still waiting for yours, so I'm gonna put you on the list to send the info to So on priority mail or whatever, I think they call the second day mail. For the textbook, Lorena, actually, this sounds familiar. Like I asked you last week and maybe I didn't
Yeah,
follow through.
last week you did
Huh.
ask that you were
Right,
gonna
that
send an
was-
email.
And you know what? Because as soon as I wrote your name down, I went, wait, I did this, I did this
Yeah.
last week and there it is. Sorry, then it was my fault. It's
It's
been a
okay.
crazy week. There's the issue of the grading, and every time I talk to them, I've been dealing with the fact that you guys might notice that you still all have a 0 on on the orientation assignment. That's the quiz. Don't panic. I know that you guys, if you did it, you did it, and you'll get your 5 points. It's just that Cengage is still insisting on overwriting. And so every time I've talked to them this week, that's what I've been dealing with. And I noticed that I forgot to tell them about the second day mail because, so anyway, Lorena, is that the only one? Anyone else here who needs their textbook to be mailed? Nope. All right, so there you go. So just to be clear on the exams, you have the due date for the Windows 10 will be in 2 weeks, but it will be open, and I should probably write this here. It'll be open as of next Tuesday, okay? So this is a good week to practice for it, and then next Tuesday, you have a whole week to take it, right? But if you want to just get it over with and start working on the computer concepts exam, you can do too. So it's the due date is the last day you can take it, which is 2 Tuesdays from now, but it'll open up next Tuesday and you'll have a whole week. It'll be open books, and as long as you want, you can take it. But once you start it, you can't stop it. So it's not like you can do it over 2 or 3 days. You have to open it up and just do the exam. And when it's done, and whatever grade you got, you got. Okay. I think I mentioned this before, but I want to repeat it. If you're a DSPS student, I need to get your paperwork from DSPS. So please get that done. And if you're not, then no problem. Okay, so this is all about Windows 10. I'm going to run through this next week, and the comp and the drives. Okay, so this is only if you are just repeating only for students on VDI. Okay, so if you have your own Windows and Office, just kind of go plug your ears and go la 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 la, because I don't want to confuse you. But for people who are on VDI, or for those of you who are going to the lab, because there's one or two students I heard from the tutors that have gone to the lab, then you guys have to put your stuff on the S drive. Please do not leave it on the desktop of VDI, or it will disappear, or in the documents of VDI, because it will disappear or get corrupted. You need to put them in your S drive in VDI. And also the S drive only exists in the business computer labs, the ones of our course. You won't be able to go to any other computer in school and find the S drive. So if you do work on any other computer in your school, you have to kind of transfer it maybe to your Google Drive first, and then go to the BC and download it. So if you're one of those people who are doing that, please talk to me and I'll tell you how to work with that, because you can't submit to your S drive from any computer that's not. Or you can do VDI on any other computer. Okay. All right. So let's head over to the course and let's get clear on the assignments that are due this week. Now, before I start being more specific about assignments, any questions about what I just said? Did anything that I say end up being too muddled? Nope. You're all okay? All right. So here I'm going to show you that this is today, so it's still not grayed out because it's still due until midnight. But then as of next week, these are the two things that you have due. But if you click on these two, you go straight to the assignment, which is fine if you're ready to do the assignment. But if you want some explanation of the assignments, then those explanations are in the modules. with the explanation of the model. Just telling you, if you're like, you know what you're going to do, click on here and boom, you just do it. Same with this one. You deliver, but to learn what to do for delivering those 2 assignments, you would go to the modules and you would go to week 3 module. So once again, I don't want to scroll down so much stuff. So if I click on this word, it collapses, and I'm going to click on week 2 as well to make it smaller. Oh, we'll unlock September 8th. Oops, that's a mistake. It leaves student view. I need to unlock that. Oh, I must have put in the schedule a lot wrong. Give me a second here. Yeah, I do have it wrong. I should have opened today. All right, so for anyone who was trying to reach it before class opened, it wasn't available. Okay, so everyone, if you're in week 3 and it still says locked, go up to this little refresh, click the refresh so that it runs again. And now week 3 is open, which I need to go check all the other schedules. I wonder if I got that wrong other days. I have them set to unlock on the Tuesdays, but looks like it unlocked on, well, I guess it makes sense. Technically, today midnight is the due date for the Tuesday assignments, and then Wednesday morning it opens up, which makes sense, except for today I'm explaining to you week 3, so that's why I need it open today. So maybe that's why they're all, so I'll have to fix that. Okay, so so here's read lecture week 3. Well, here's the link for today, which we're already in the meeting, so we don't need it. So I'm going to click read lecture week 3, and basically I tell you a lot of what I'm telling you right now, but you find out. So I don't need you to read it right now because I'm with you, but here's where you can find more about the assignment called identify which computer hardware and software to purchase. You have to do some research. And so I give you 3 resources, and you need to review all 3 of them and then give me an informed answer. Okay, so I'm going to right click on them so that we can open up 3. So here they are. One of them is taking you over here to buying computers, and you have to read these 4, and it's about a page each. So click on computer buying guide. It's some information about what's worth it, what's not worth it. So it's not specific to a particular computer. It's just giving you ideas of what to consider when you do need to buy a computer. Technology buying guide. So there's tablets or smartphones or stuff. Some of you guys might need a computer. Some of you actually discover you need a Chromebook or something else. So that's that one. And then this one is a pretty good article on questions to consider when you need to buy a computer, how come, which one are you using, Mac, PC, and you use refurbished, et cetera, et cetera. So once you read all that information and inform yourself about it, then you actually need to do the assignment, right? So to do the assignment, once again, you go to home and you click on the link that takes you to the assignment. So by now you've figured out what you want because you read everything, or you research it, you click on the assignment, and then the assignment takes you to it's a discussion, so you need to reply to it just like you did to the introduction when you had to introduce yourself and the screenshot. You had to hit a reply on a discussion. It's called a discussion. And so you need to hit a reply and type in. And so the question is, you need to set up, who are you purchasing this one for? Okay. And by the way, it's up to 10 points. And I'm telling you how many points you'll get for each answer. You need to give me complete answers, not like a little line doesn't cover it. Who are you purchasing it for? Yourself, family, friend, member, work. What will be used for? So you give an example of what you need it for. What kind would you purchase? And here there's the options. And then give me some reasons. So actually, I want you to explain why you've chosen one or the other. And then a couple others, like why would you consider refurbished? So basically, I want you guys to show me that you've informed yourself and that the reason you're choosing is a good reason. And don't copy paste any of the text from the articles. Just use your own words. It doesn't need to be fancy wording. Just like give me a reasoned explanation as to why you've chosen to buy whatever computer it is that you're choosing to buy for whoever it is that you're going to buy it for. Does that make sense? All right. And so basically you hit reply and you just type it out, or maybe you wrote it somewhere else and you paste it in here, the answer to all those questions, and you submit, and that's it. That's one assignment. Any questions about that? Nope. All right. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, so we're leaving this one. So you basically saw the difference, like how to access the assignment. You go to home and you scroll down and you just click on it from here. Okay. I'm going to close all those tabs right now to not have so many tabs open. And then, so I'm back in lecture week 3. And then the second assignment is read and complete the Getting Started with SAM projects. Now, this is the part that we're going to do together now. So I'm going to skip that for a second. First, I want to take you to the rest of what I wrote here, which is basically you should also be preparing for your exams that are not due next week. So you don't need to do it this week, but that don't forget to run through it. And if you have questions, if the trainings aren't working, or if anything doesn't seem right, this is the time to ask me. Okay. And then here's more information about file management. And there's some links about how to back up your files and restoring backups and stuff like that, which is extra. I'm not going to test you on this, but it's really useful to know. So it depends on how much you want to learn more. It's up to you, but that assignment is done. Okay, so I'm going to click on this, read and complete this assignment, and I'm going to click over there. And so for people who are not on today's video, it explains, you have videos of how to do this assignment, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 videos, and you have to follow all those steps. Which is basically, we're going to click on the assignment, go into SAM, download the instruction file, download the start file. And we're going to do these here right now with you, but you can either watch the Zoom recording later, or you can come here to the class, to the course, and watch these little videos of what to do in case you don't do it with me today. If you do it to me today, you'll be done with your work, but and then do the project, which by the way is minimal. It's not like a big project. It's just in honor of knowing how to download the files, download the instruction files, which is all I'm going to explain to you, and then how to submit the project. So it's just testing that everything is working. So we are going to go do that now. So if you guys are ready to start on this. So this is just the instructions. Okay. So now if you're ready to go, you can either click on this link here to get to the assignment itself, or you can go back to home. And I'm actually going to go back to home here and click on the assignment itself, which will be by due date, which is September 14th next week. So click on Submit SAM 2019. And this is like a little version of, you're going to be doing you're going to be doing a ton of these. You're going to be doing for Word, for Access, for PowerPoint, for Excel. We're going to have 2 modules, right? So for each module, we're going to have 3 SAM assignments. So you're basically going to have 6 SAM Word assignments, 6 Excel SAM assignments, 6 PowerPoint SAM assignments, and only 3 Access SAM assignments. So you're going to be doing this process that we're going to practice today a bunch of times. And then you're going to have a lot of extra credit projects that you can also keep doing. So this that we're doing today is the process of opening up, downloading the instructions for the assignment, doing the assignment, and submitting. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing right now. So is everyone here? Do you have your computer kind of like, if you're trying to do it while I'm speaking, and you have one screen, it's hard to know how to use your computer at the same time as me speaking. So if my image is filling your screen, my submit Sam image is filling your screen, you need to see yours at the same time. So hit the escape key on your keyboard so that my window kind of disconnects from the edge, and now you can grab the side of it and pull it to fill only half your screen. And then on the other half of the screen, you go to Canvas and open up the assignment. Now, if you're on VDI, then on the other half of the screen, you need to open your, and here's the part that's confusing. If you're on VDI, you can't just go to the browser and get started, because if you download this project, it'll download into your computer, and your computer, if it's not a Windows, or if it doesn't have Office, you can't do this. So for those of you who are on VDI, you actually have to go to VDI first, and in VDI, open your browser and get to Canvas. Okay, so first of all, I want to, I see a couple of hands up, but I first want a couple of yeses and nos. Give me a yes if you're using VDI, so that's the green check mark. And give me a no if you are not using VDI. If you have your own computer and you're going to be using your own Windows 10 and your own Office, because today we're going to open Word. Okay, so I am seeing most of you guys are saying, well, let me see. Yes, yes, yes. So 4 yeses, that means yes means you're on VDI. And then 4 no's means you're using your own computer and you're not using VDI. So there's a couple of people who haven't answered. Melinda, Nelly, and Henrietta. Okay, Melinda's a yes. Nelly and Henrietta. Are you, Henrietta?
Trying to load up my
I'm sorry, can you say that again? I spoke over you.
computer.
You're trying to load up your computer, you said? Is that what you said?
Responding by
Mm.
chat.
I'm trying to load
Oh,
up the computer that I have.
Thank you for warning me. I wasn't checking the chat.
I am trying-
Thank you, whoever just warned me that. Okay, so Henrietta is saying yes, yes, yes. So you asked me, you've responded 3 times. I'm sorry. I completely spaced, my chat was hiding. So yes means what? Yes, VDI, or yes, your own computer? I know I'm asking Henrietta, who answered yes, but yes, VDI, or yes, your own computer. Can you respond by chat? Lorena says the assignment is not available. Wow, let's go test that. That's not good. Okay. By the way, I just noticed that I won't be able to do the assignment on VDI. I need to sign in. Shoot. I've signed it as myself, and as myself, I won't be able to do it. This isn't going to work.
Yeah, it's
Long
saying that
story.
it's not available yet because the date has not arrived yet, or available attempts have been submitted, or time limit has expired.
Can you share your screen so I can see what's happening?
How do I do that?
Because I did have problems with that assignment when it was being set up, and I'm wondering.
Share screen. Okay,
When you, yeah,
can you see?
yeah. So go back. Hold on. I'm going to screenshot that, so don't go anywhere,
Okay.
because I had an issue with this assignment last session as well, and Cengage had to fix it, and they promised that it was fixed, and that's not good to not. Okay.
That's the same message I got also. So I'm trying to go through VDI, but then
No,
I'm having.
but if you got that message, it's not a VDI issue. Let me go in and see what's happening in Sam. So you guys just hang out and, I don't know, be friends for a second. Chit chat. Let me go into Sam and see what's happening. Shoot, I remember this happening last session. And this is the kind of thing that I need you guys to use because I go in just fine. And that's the only problem is that as a teacher, I am always let in. So I don't know until the student that uses it that it's not working, which is always a problem. So don't mind me while I'm speaking. Let me actually, I'm not sharing my screen right now, am I? No. I'm just getting into the bowels of Sam. So if you need to take off for 5 minutes to do something else, go ahead. I need to see what's up with, yeah, because the assignment came up just fine for me, of course. And that's why it's tested differently. Okay, so here's the assignment. Okay. It's set up to open up August 30th, which is already past August 30th. Undo.
Dog.
Okay, so let me import that assignment again because the setup is all correct. So give me a sec. I have to replace this assignment. This is going crazy.
Oh, do something with the willow.
Okay, so. I need to reassign the link and then I'm going to ask you guys to test it and tell me, but first let me reassign the link. And due date. Okay, so give me a sec here now. All right, so I'm gonna call this one the new one. Here's the old one. Actually, I just need to close the others because if not, they're gonna get all messed up. 1 second. This is complicated than it should be. So now we probably have two. Refresh. Yeah, we have two. And this is the one that's the good one. So it's the bad one. So give me 1 sec. I'm gonna have to put the links again in there for everyone, but okay. So as a test, can someone please go to the, before I get rid of the other one, go to the home page and refresh. And don't do it. I just want one person to do it so that everyone doesn't go there until I get rid of the wrong one I'm sharing. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go back to the home page. Can Lorena, since you did it before, can you shared with me? Go
Yes.
back and refresh this home page. And you should all now see on September 14th, 2 getting started projects. One is called just Sam Word and was called Submit. So Submit is the old one and this is the new one. Can you click on this one that says Sam Word 2019? Just tell me if it works. If it works, then I'll get rid of the other one.
Okay.
I don't want you to necessarily do the assignment yet. Just click on Sam Word 2019 and tell me if it's just opening up. That's all I really need to see right now.
I see Sandword 2019 getting started project 1A. And then there's
Okay.
another one that says submit Sandword 2019 getting started.
Okay.
project 1A.
Good. So it seems like it's working. Can you share your screen? And I just want to
Which one should, okay, hold on.
just share your screen and then I'll see, because if so, I'll clean it up for everyone because I need to change the links to everything for everyone. And that would be
So which one do I select,
Oh.
the top one or the bottom?
just share your screen because I don't know what you mean by top or bottom and then I'll understand.
did. Can you see it now?
It's hiding. Yes.
Okay.
So the top one, the one that says only Sam. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the new one. I gave it a different name to not be confused. Okay. So, and it says the other ones had 5 points. This one's had 10 points. So I need to figure that one out too. But okay, so click on getting started.
Okay.
And let's see if this time it lets you in. This is what I need to see. Because I just resubmitted them.
No.
Okay, that is really not good.
And I got
Uh,
Try the other one.
Ali, you have sound on 2 of your computers. And so when you made noise, it did the whole little reverb. So if you're trying to say something to me, I can show you how to turn the sound off on one of them. All right, Lorena, that's bad news. Can you go back, close this window then? That little X where it says Sam Launcher, yeah. And yeah, you can close that one. Actually, you don't need that one at all, the launch meeting. Yeah, and close this one as well. Go back to the Zoom. Yeah, close that one as well too. Nope. Go back to the first one that says Zoom link for Tuesday. Yeah. And now go to home. Thank you. And then scroll down. And I just want to be really, really, really sure that I told you the correct one. And you did link to the right thing and it didn't work. Okay, that's not good because now that means this drives me crazy. This happened last time too. Okay, so here's the deal. I'll run you through what needs to happen by doing it myself. Just watch, just so that you can see that it doesn't take long to show you the steps. Why? Because I still want to show you what to do. Then you can see on the Zoom recording, if once you do it, instead of doing it with me, you'll have to do it without me. But you'll have the whole recording, the vision of what to do. And then if you have any questions, you can just email me or, run and I can help you with it. But I want to show you the steps of what it takes to submit an assignment. That said, as soon as I'm done with this today, I'm gonna get right on to Cengage and try to get this fixed. And then I'll email you guys all when it's ready to go. And hopefully they'll have it ready to go because the Cengage texts are there 24/7. So hopefully it'll be ready by this evening. Worst case scenario, it might take an expert who's not there tonight and it might be ready tomorrow morning, but I'll let you know when it's ready because I've done everything I can to fix it and it's still not working, which is very frustrating. So, okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to have to do it. Screen. Okay, so here's the read, here's also, I came to this page to show you that this is also a place where you can watch the videos of how to do it, but it won't help you if it's not working, right? So anyway, so I'm going to click on the assignment right now myself because I'll get in as a teacher. And so basically you click on load the assignment. It's your page is going to look different than mine. Mine looks like this. Yours, on the other hand, is going to look a little bit different, but well, quite a bit different. Let me show you the, I guess on the videos where, let me just show you this part of the video just so you see how it's going to look for you. So, so you'll see something like this. And then you hit that start. Okay, here. So this is what I wanted to show you. Your screen is going to look like this. Your screen is going to say instruction file and start file. Does that make sense? Mine, the one I'm going to show you right now, has instruction file, start file, and it also has the solution file because I'm the teacher. Okay, but yours is only going to have instruction file and start file. And this is what you guys need to do. You will always have to download instructions, which will have a name, instruction SAM, Word, GS, whatever. And if you notice, it's a DOCX, which is a extension for a Word document. So the instructions always come in this assignment are going to come as a Word file, and it's going to tell you what to do. And then you also have to click on start file. So you'll click on this and it's going to download, and you'll click on this and it's going to download. And this is queued in to be just you and yours. Okay, so this one is going to have a generic name and it'll have your name. So if you are, you know, Mary Smith, it'll say Mary Smith here. So you cannot use anyone else's assignment other than just yours. Okay, so you're the only one who can download this one. And this is why you can't use like someone's last year's assignments or like someone's roommate or someone who took the class. If you use the assignment or copy paste an assignment that anyone else did and put it in, then it'll flag, the computer knows that it's not yours because this was coded to be just yours. And it'll flag that it wasn't done by yourself. Okay, so you need to download the instructions and download the start file. Two things. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so now I'm going to go back to this one. For me, it looks, see how it looks, but this is, it'll look like you. But here, one is the instructions file. So I'm going to click on it. And as soon as you click on it, that's all it takes. I'm in Firefox, so it asks me what to do with it. And so I'm going to say save file. I'm going to say okay to that. If you're in Chrome, it doesn't ask you what to do with it. It just downloads automatically from Chrome. And this is my instruction file. This is my start file. Okay, so I'm going to click on the start file. And because it's generic, because I'm a teacher, it just says first and last name as the file name, as you can see, instead of my name, Diana Musacchio, because, so I'm going to say, okay, to save file. Okay. Again, if you're in Chrome, it'll just download. If you're in Firefox, it'll ask you what to do with it. So I'm going to say, okay. So that's both of my files have just been downloaded. You will not have the solution file. Okay. All right. So those are the two things you need to download. All right. Then what you need to do, and I'm gonna share a different screen now. So give me a second here. Then you need to go to your Finder, and since I downloaded it in my my own computer, now I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to do it for those of you who are on VDI. So what I just did is for people who are on their own computers. So you just click on the link and you go straight to the files and you download them. And when you do that, it's going to download into your personal downloads folder. You go to that one and you open your file over there and you start working. Now stop and wait. Those for the 4 of you guys who said you have your own computer. Now I'm going to show you what to do if you're on VDI. Okay. So it's parallel, except for if you're on VDI, you can't download those files to your own computer. So you need to open VDI, and this is already VDI. What I'm showing you, see, I'm on user student. This is kind of is a key way to show you that I'm on VDI. I have to open, and what they have on VDI is Google Chrome. So I'm going to double click Google Chrome. And you need to open and access the Canvas course on the Google Chrome of VDI. It doesn't, you can't do it from outside of VDI. Okay, so I'm going to go to svcc.edu and go into pipeline, accept, go into pipeline, head into Canvas, and then click on your course. And I'm going to go back to the assignment down here. And SAM 2019, I'm going to go get rid of them. I don't know which one's good or bad. They're both bad right now. Click on here. And again, since I'm the teacher, it'll take me to this one that's different. But the difference is that now when I download these, they're going to download onto your VDI, your school computer. Okay. So this is for anyone who has a Mac or who doesn't have, Office and such. Thus, you're using the school's computer. So now I click on this and see how it just downloads. This down here is showing me that it's downloading. This is Chrome. And now I'm going to click on the start file and I'm going to click on that and it's going to download directly. Okay, so these two things mean that they're downloading and you guys won't have the solution file. Okay, so now for you guys who are, now everyone has them, no matter if you're on VDI or if you're on your own computer. Right here, if you have Chrome, you can click on them and this will trigger Word to open. But say that you download them on some other program, on anything else, what you need to go is you need to go to your file explorer and click on the downloads folder, because when things download from the internet, they'll go into your downloads folder. And there's a downloads folder here under quick access, and there's a downloads folder over here. And how come there's two? Well, they're exactly the same thing. The one that's under this PC, some people never open this, and so they don't see, because this PC has just about everything that's available in your computer. And some people never open that. They only use this for the quick access, and this is just kind of like a shortcut to that there. So they click on this one and that one and this one, and that's all they do with their computer. And so they never know there's more. But this is really just a little subtle quick access to the 4 most important ones. But if you click on this PC to get everything, that's when you get to music and pictures and videos and all the other discs and the S drive, right? So that's why that little quick access exists. But that desktop is identical to this one. Downloads is identical to downloads, documents. So they're just twice there, which is kind of confusing. I know, but that's how it is. So anyway, in the downloads is we'll find what we just downloaded. Okay. Now, if you guys are in right here, the instructions is the first one I want to open. Now notice that again, because it's a docx, it's a Word file. So all I need to do is double click on it. and it'll open up. Okay, so Holly is saying something about the due date. Let me just see. Let me go back into Sam. Right now, I'm gonna ask you to share what your screen, because the way I have it set up, I have it available as of August 30th and due 9/14, but you say that you're saying available 9/14? I'm talking to Holly, who wrote something about the due date and the available date. Okay, so can you hold on for a minute there, Holly, on showing your screen, because I'm sharing mine. So let me finish what I'm explaining, and then I really want to see what you're seeing, because it's different than what I'm seeing. So hold on. Okay, so here we go. This is what opens up the instructions. Okay, so the instructions is to open the file, change the file name, and then save it and submit it. That's basically what this assignment is asking us to do. So it's very minor assignment, but it'll teach you how to, well, and you have to write the word hello. That's it. And then you have to save it and submit it with a new name. So it'll put you through the set of steps of how to do this. And it's also something that is important for you to know, because it's part of, the learning Windows 10, how to open a file, change its file name, and then how to submit it as a SAM assignment. So before we go ahead and do these steps, I'm going to interrupt this explanation because I want to go see if whatever Holly is talking about, because if she's right and we can fix it, be actually working on this assignment. So I'm going to stop my share. And yeah, Holly, do you want to share your screen so that I can see what's the due date that you're seeing? Because right. Let me make it bigger. Okay, so I've got your Zoom screen in the way, so I can't see. But I think I can begin to see that you're saying that says available 9/14. Can you move that Zoom window a little bit? There. You're right. Yours says available 9/14 and due 9/14. And on top of that, I'm noticing that the exam date says that it's open next week into the 20th. So I'll check it again. I have it that it's available. This is so weird. Okay. I'm going to edit the. Yeah, I need to sign in again. Okay. So thanks for showing me that, because mine clearly says that it's available to August 30th, and yours is saying that it's not available until the day it's due, which of course is never going to work. So give me a second. And let me open, before I just checked that it was there, but I didn't actually open it. Specify select available dates. Okay, so I'm gonna reset it. Hold on, this takes time. Okay, so Holly, can you go and refresh your screen? And let's see if that changes. Look at that, available now. So glad you showed me that. I mean, mine, it still says that it was available August 30th. But had you not shown me that, I would have kept saying it's working, it's working. But in years as a student, all I did was redo the exact same thing that I had, and there it is. So that's interesting. So, okay. I'm gonna have to be very careful with that. Okay, hold on. I'm checking on something else. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. All right, so everyone should be able to, thank you, Holly. I'm gonna stop your share now. And there we go. Can you, everyone else refresh your work again, and this time go ahead and click on it and tell me if it's working. Oh, yay, says Lorna, it is working now. And thanks, Holly. Shows on another date, October 5th, 2021 as well. Ooh. That, well, because now I have two up. So hold on, in the course, let me, this is going to be a mess. So hold on, because in the syllabus, there's two up right now. And that is because I redid it. So hold on, everyone, please, because right now I'm going to actually, so close your assignments, everyone close everything, because if you try to do it right now, I'm about to delete the new one that I made. And if I delete the new one that I made, and you start working on it, it won't work. I'm gonna hold on. I'm going to get rid of that one. And now I want somebody to test the original one, the one that's called Submit SAM, and see if that one is also working. So close SAM, somebody, Holly, Lorena, somebody who already shared, if you want to share, so a new person, I want someone to share refreshing and testing that the original one, now that I changed the date, and to see if it still works, because it's just much more complicated if we have two. Can someone share their screen? Because remember, for me, it always works. So I need a student to test it.
I checked mine. I can
Did it now?
share. It's Lorena.
Okay, thank you.
It works.
Go.
Let me see.
Go for it.
So it's here.
Okay,
That's
so
the original one.
okay, can you go back to Canvas for a second and refresh that page and go to, yes, go to syllabus. I want to make sure that the other one is deleted, like the new one. Okay, so that is the good one. And when you click on that one, perfect. Okay, yay. And now you have it up in two different tabs.
I know, I'll close the other one.
Working, and it's the original one. Okay, stop.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
you guys saw, no, it's okay. I wanted, since I couldn't show it, I just wanted to say, look, guys, that's what she's seeing is how it starts. But there you go. Now, oh, this is interesting. They've changed how students see this once again. Because now instead of seeing the screen that the video shows, it's actually saying download on, which, by the way, is a great idea. We instructors always complain that people didn't know to click on all of the things. They always clicked on one and not on the other. So, okay, so let me just talk you through what Lorena is showing, because this is what you'll be seeing. It says download files, instruction file or start file. Other times, other assignments, you might also have some images. You might have 2 or 3 or 4 things to download depending on your assignment. So I love it now that there's a button here that says download all. Yay. So with one button, that takes care of everything. So click on the download all. And there it goes. Both of them are downloading. Now, can I ask you just to be clear, hold on for a second. Don't open it yet. Are you on VDI?
No.
No. Okay. So you're working on your, just to be clear. So can you scroll a little bit down to see what it says under 2? Okay, so I'm gonna have to redo the videos. How interesting. Because this is showing up differently, but I mean, it's the same idea, but it shows different than the video, which confuses people. So scroll to the top again for a little bit. I'm so sorry, but so here you go. At the very top, it tells you when it's due, how to download them, right? And once you've done that, right? Once you've already downloaded them, you have to go and do the assignment. Okay, so that's it. You don't need to do anything else here. But once you've done the assignment, you have to click on the same link, come exactly here again, only now scroll down. Okay, wait, a little bit. Let's see number 2. Okay, and what you need to do in here is you need to upload your completed file. So the step 1 is before you start the assignment, right? You download the files. Then you go to Word. We're going to go to Word, do the assignments. Then when you've got your assignment completed, you come back here. How you get back here is by clicking on the same submit assignment link in the syllabus. And you end up here. You scroll down to this number 2 and you drag or drop the file in here, okay? And notice, and this is the key point that I'm trying to show you this for, notice that it says expected file name, SAM_GS, which is the getting started assignment, _Word 19, _1A, _Lo Alvarado, _2. That is the name that they're expecting. And this assignment is all about just changing the file name. And I'm going to go show you now how to change your file name, but that is the name. So when you have to write this file name, you might get it wrong. So this is just like a little insider tip. It's easier if instead of having to write all of this and typing it wrong because maybe one thing was wrong or another, sometimes it's easier to just copy and paste it from here again. Can you scroll up again to number 1 and look at the name that the file that you downloaded? Notice that the file she downloaded, and you guys will download, is going to say SAM_GS _. In her case, it says Lo Alvarado. For you guys, it might say, you know, Holly Wisenberg or Natalie Ramirez. It'll say your name there, right? _1. That's the one you download. Does that make sense? You're going to open it up in Word. And now scroll down a little bit again, please, Lo. And the file name that it needs to be changed to is exactly the same, only it needs to be _2 at the very end. See how the only thing that changes is the number 2? So that's our assignment. Our assignment is to change it. Now, the reason they haven't used assignment because every single time you do an assignment, a SAM assignment, each time it's going to ask you that whatever you download has to have its file name changed. So you're going to be doing this every time. During the entire 16 weeks, you're going to be changing your file name to put a number 2 on the file that you're working on. The number 1 is the one that you download. Okay, it's the one that was basically an empty file, and you will work on that, changing its name. And then you will drag and drop it in here if you know how to drag and drop, or you can click on Browse Files and find it. So we're going to come back here in a minute. Now, scroll down a little bit more, please. Thank you. And then when you're done putting it up in there, it'll tell you, yay, it'll show you some green marks, some check marks that everything is good. And then you're going to have to hit the little submit button to submit. But right now, none of that is there. Why? Because you haven't uploaded a file yet. Okay, so this is the pre-upload. This is, and then once you upload, this will change. All right, cool. So for those of you who are using Chrome, it's pretty simple because down here at the bottom of Chrome, like Lorena has, you already see that it says SAM GS, which is the start file, and instructions, right? But just for those of you who are using something else and to practice, I want to show you again how to find it in the downloads. So can you go to your File Explorer, Lorena, which is down on the taskbar? Yeah, click on that. And go to your downloads folder on the left, and there it is. See how instructions and SAM are there as well? That's for anyone who is not using Chrome. There it is. In your downloads, you will find the instructions and the SAM. Okay, for anyone who's using VDI or for anyone who's using a computer. So now let's open the instructions first, and how you open it, you can just double click on it. And it's going to kick open when Word. So see how Word is opening up. So thank you, Lo, for letting me keep showing this on your computer, because you have the student perspective, and so this is perfect. So here it is. It says, getting started. Open the file that has your first and last name -1. Sam will add your first and last name. Is basically what I just explained. Now rename it to -2, changing the 1 to a 2. We're going to do that all together now, in case some of you don't know how to do that. Many of you might know. And then it's important to do not type at the end the .docx. Depending on how your view is set up, you might or not see that extension. Don't type it. Some people type it in because they don't see it, and then you end up with .docx and then .docx again, that the computer puts that name in, and then the computer, and then when you try to submit the file, the Sam goes, no, that's not the right file name. So don't add the .docx, just change the 1 to a 2. All right. Now, can you scroll down a little bit more, please? And the last thing it says up there where it says change this view, it says if the footer, right above the good to know, the last point says if the footer does not display your name, delete the file and download a new copy. So now when Lorena opens it, I'll show you her name so that you know what it is. The file that you downloaded is already stamped with your personal information. If it's not there and you try to submit it, the computer's going to go, nope, this is someone else's file. So that's what's going to show you that it's your file. Okay. All right. So you guys can read the rest right now. We necessarily need to read the rest. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's open the file. Oh, the last thing, project step, is to write the word hello. In the first blank paragraph of the type the text hello. That's it. That's your intense assignment. Okay, so we're just testing this whole thing out. Then keep scrolling and then submit it. Okay, so keep going down, because at the end of your instructions, you're always going to have a final figure. And that final figure, can you scroll up a little again, is showing you what your assignment should look like. And this is it. This is what your assignment that you're submitting has to look like. It just needs to be a blank piece of paper with the word hello. Okay. Now, when it gets more complicated and it's, an Excel spreadsheet or whatever, here in final figure, it'll show you what assignment needs to look like that you're submitting. Okay, so right now that's it. All you need to make is a blank page that says hello. The important process, the thing we're learning here, is this whole process of downloading and submitting. Okay, so Lorena, can you go back to your File Explorer and open your start? Yeah, there we go. Double click on that one. Here it is. This is the file. Now, it's just a blank file. What's so special about it? Well, what's so special about it is this is the file that has Lorena's information embedded in a way that Cengage is embedded in. That's why it's not just a regular blank file. And every single assignment you submit for this course has to be started from this start file that you download from Cengage. Okay, so if you scroll down a little bit, you should see your name at the bottom. There it is. This file created specifically for Lo Alvarado. You see that? So that's how yours needs to look like. It needs to say this file created specifically for Natalia Ramirez, Isaac Carrillo, Joana Martinez, whoever it is. Does that make sense, you guys?
Yes.
Any questions about that? So this isn't a completely blank file. It's already if you don't do it on this page, it's not going to work. The computer's going to not, it'll accept it. It'll warn me, flag, this file is not made by the person. It's basically, they're telling me that you're cheating, which you might not be intentionally be cheating. You're just starting on an actual blank file, and it's going to say this person is not doing the assignment the way she should. Okay. Now, if you are cheating and using your friend's file who did this class last session, it'll be stamped with your friend's name, and the computer will also say, oh, the name is not the right person, right? So this is kind of the way this is kind of the way it works. Okay, so now let's scroll up a little bit and let's do the assignment, which is type the word hello, please, Lorena. That's it. Now, that's it. You don't need to write anything else. Now, all we need to do is we need to save this file with a new name. If you look at the top, can you mark, you're awesome. You're explaining, so you're showing things really well. See at the top where her file name, where she's pointing with her mouse, that's the place you see your file name. And it's the dash underscore, not dash, it's the underscore one at the end. So she needs to save as this file and give it a new name. So can you go over to the very far left to the file? And yeah, and obviously you seem to know what to do. So go slowly so people can see in case they don't know. So she clicked on the word file. And this is why those of you who are on a Mac, you don't have that word file there at all. You have to go up at the very top to the file. So that's where things get a little bit different. Okay, so now hit the save as. Thank you. And the computer is going to ask you where to save it. And this is pretty crucial because if you're on your own computer, save it wherever you want, right? Ideally, you'll save it in the same place that it came from, or in you've created a folder in your documents called Comp 101. But if you are on VDI, it's very important to click on this PC and look for the S student drive. Does that make sense? Now she's not on VDI, so she can save it wherever she wants to save it. In this case, by default, if you look over to the right, it's telling you at the top, go move to the right, don't click on anything, move to the right side and up on top, see how it says the word downloads at the very top? It's telling you that it's going to save again into downloads, which makes sense. The file is going to save itself into the same place that it exists already. So she opened it in downloads. So it's saving again into downloads, which is fine if it's your own computer. It's not fine if you're on VDI. I hope I've been clear. So first of all, let's change the file name to 2. So click in there and click one more time and then backspace to get rid of the 1 and type the number 2. That's it. That's how, but the hard thing is how to know where to save it. If you're on your own computer, as Lorena is, you can just hit the word save. But hold on. Let's say that maybe this is not Lorena's computer. Maybe she is on VDI, so I can show you both examples, because if you're on your computer, just hit save. That's it. You're done. But Lorena, we're going to assume that you're needing to go file another drive. And how do you do that? Well, right under where it says SAM and Word document, see the word more options? Yeah, click on more options. So this is for VDI people. There you go. Here on the left side, you would navigate, scroll down, and under here, you would see under local disk, you would see the S drive. She doesn't have it because she's on her computer. Does that make sense? But for you VDI people, right there, you would click on the S drive, then you would open your Word folder, and that's where you would save it. Okay, she does not need to do that. She can save it in downloads. So go up to downloads again, or where do you know where you put, did you make a comp folder? Do you have your comp folder under documents or?
Yes.
Good, good. So then she went to find it in documents, double click there, and then it's a Word document. So go double click in Word. Now this isn't either module 1 or module 2. It's just a sample get started. So you can just drop it right here, not inside module 1 or 2. This is to get started. So down there, she'll click on the word save. Those of you who are on VDI, go find your S drive and put it in your comp folder and click on the word save. Okay, Lorena, you are such an awesome demonstrator. Thank you so much. Now, before I have you submit it, any questions for someone who was trying to do it, anything that did or didn't work? As to how to save into the right place, any VDI people who didn't find their S drive or anything like that? Nope. All right. So cool. So basically what can happen now is that we can close this file. She's done the assignment. So you can go up to this little X and close it. Yeah. Mac people have the close file on the other side. You can also close the instructions because we're done with the instructions. You can close that as well. And at this point, you can close the File Explorer or not. You can leave it. Actually, you could have left it there. But anyway. So now you're ready to submit, right? Now, today, the file is so easy that you did it in a minute. Next time, it might take you 2 hours or it might take you 2 days to do the assignment. Who knows, right? Depending on your time. Maybe you work at it 5 minutes at a time. Maybe you sit down and you just finish it. The whole point is I want to show you if you don't have this open. So can you close this tab? Say that you have to do the assignment 2 days later. So go back to the syllabus. It's time to submit your assignment. Okay. So scroll down and you click on the exact same thing that you started, which was the Submit SAM Word. Last time you went and got the instructions from there. This time, click and go to the same place again. Yep. And this time it's going to say start here as if this were the first time. Basically, see, it says that you have 10 times to do this. Good. So you already downloaded, you did the number 1. So now scroll down and here we go. It's time to drag and drop the file here. If you're comfy with dragging and dropping, go ahead and doing it. I'm going to show you how to browse for the files, which is go click on browse. And it takes you to the file explorer. You just need to navigate to wherever you put it. So VDI people, you would navigate to the S drive. In her case, she's navigating to her documents folder, comp folder, Word folder, and now click on the word, just on the word now. And there it is. That's her assignment _2, ready to go. Click on that and then say open. And it came up. It said expected file name, saved files, and it's the same file name. So it's good. Let me say that if it's not the right file name, it'll give you a big old X and go, something's wrong here. Okay. She didn't do it wrong. So it's cool, but this isn't done. Keep scrolling down and now hit submit. If you don't hit submit, I don't get it. This is really important. Okay. So hit submit and yay, submission successfully graded. If you do not, what does that mean? Yes. The computer, Cengage has already graded your assignment. Okay, so hold on 1 minute. I want to read a little bit more about this so that you all be clear about this. If it does not say submission successful, if it says no, big red, so I don't remember the message that they have now when you do it wrong, but it clearly, if it doesn't say submission successfully graded, you're not done. You can't tell me later, well, I uploaded it. Well, if you didn't hit the word submit, it didn't go through. I have no way of seeing it. Cengage doesn't see it. That's as good as having not submitted it because there's no way for me to submit it. Now, if you're trying to submit it and something happens there, it's just not accepting it. 90% of the times it's because the file name is wrong. 10% of the times is because there's been something copied and pasted or something done wrong that the computer's saying, no, this is not the file that should be submitted. And occasionally, it's some problem with Cengage. That 1% of the time, then you need to report to us immediately, especially if it's late and you're submitting at the last minute. If it has any message like that, take a screenshot, send it in, call. Cengage's tech support is open 24/7, you guys, 24/7. If you're having, this is Cengage, you're submitting it to. So if your submission is not going through, you get on the phone and with Cengage and go, guys, I'm submitting and it's not working. What's happening? Okay. Could be that their server is down, something like that. This is not something that we or our tutors can help you with. Now, if you didn't do it right, you didn't do the right file name, then that is something we can help you with. But if it's a Cengage problem, you got it, which is why don't leave doing your assignments until, the last minute. Okay. So basically it says, surprisingly enough, it says submission successfully graded. The computer, Cengage, will grade this automatically. And it says to resubmit the project, download your saved file in step 2, edit the file and upload it and submit again. Now I'll tell you a bit more about this. What do you mean resubmit? Yeah. I am allowing you to submit these files 10 times. If you take any other comp class, they only give you 3 chances. I don't care how many times you do it. I want you to do it right because the more you do it, the more you learn. So I'm not about to limit how many times you submit it. So if you submit it and you don't like the grade you got, you can just open it up, open the report, but there it says graded summary report and a study guide. So that report will tell you everything you got wrong. You make your corrections and you submit again. If it tells you what you got wrong and you don't understand how to fix it, then you can click on study guide and it shows you the point that you missed. So you can resubmit it. And this time you got, maybe you wanted to get 10 points, but you only got 5. Well, hit the graded summary report. It'll tell you what you got wrong. You submit again, this time you get 7. Okay, well, today I'm busy, but tomorrow I'll try it again. So tomorrow you try again and you submit. Next time you got 8 points, 8 out of 10. You might be happy or you might want more. So you submit again, you can submit it 10 times so you can keep correcting yourself with the summary, with the report telling you what did wrong. And this is crucial. And if you really can't figure out what's wrong, that's when you have the tutors online. All of the tutors available to help you figure out what went wrong, because I can't figure it out, right? And or me on Tuesdays, or if it's the tutors aren't available and you want to make an appointment with me, you can also make an appointment with me and I can help you at other times. All right, so let's go figure this. Let's go figure out the graded summary report. Let's go see what grade you got. Click on graded summary report. It downloaded. Do you see something download? And this is important, you guys. Thank you. This will have the same name as your file, but it'll say at the end report _1. See her file, how the name says report _1? This is the report. So don't try to make your corrections on this one. This is just your report. So go ahead and click on it and let's go see how you did. And by the way, if you find it in your File Explorer, it would also be in your File Explorer. It would also say it's downloaded into your downloads. Okay, so yay, score is 100 out of 100. And the text has to say hello, enter text, and you did that right. Woohoo.
Yay.
And correct, yay. On top of that, you wouldn't have been able to submit it if you hadn't changed the name right. So it doesn't say that changing the name is part of it, but you wouldn't have been able to submit if it hadn't changed the name correct. So that was already done correctly. That's it. In the future, the assignments will have, 2 pages of everything you had to do, and it'll show you check mark when you did it right, X when you did it wrong, and then you go back and you go find the parts and you try to correct it, okay? Hang out right here because there's people with questions, so I want to make sure that it's not something in what you're showing. Yes, Isaac, you have a question?
Never mind. I figured it out.
Okay. Holly says Cengage Sam under activity list shows available in 2 days, the same for the following assignments. Word module 1 textbook is showing 10:05. Huh. Okay, so looks like for SAM project 1, 2. So you're saying that the available and due date keeps being the same for quite a few of them, huh? So Holly, in a second, I'm going to ask you to I want to make sure that I'm done with this and everyone's clear. And then I'm going to ask you maybe to share your screen so that I can check that. You're writing it there for me, but just in case, I want to kind of look at the whole list just to make sure that there's no more that have that issue. But yes, I am actually screen shooting what you're saying now so that I can look it up, but I want to check it out. So Holly, thank you for doing that. You're being so extremely helpful by checking on that. Okay. So any questions about this process? If you did something wrong, say that instead of writing hello, you wrote goodbye or whatever, then all you need to do is open up the file you submitted again, and that's the explanation. So can you close this file for a second here, Lorena? Because there's only one more thing here that this said that I want to explain. It says to resubmit the project, download your saved file in step 2, edit the file and upload it to submit again. Now, why is it saying that? Some people don't remember, like they start correcting, like sometimes you've submitted 2 or 3 times and then you make corrections on an older version instead of on the new version. Some people get really confused as to what they submitted because the file from now on will always be called 2. But what if you submitted it 2 or 3 times, right? So it's always going to keep being called 2. The reports, on the other hand, will be called report 1, report 2, report 3, report 4, report 5, report 6. Like as many times as you click on a report, you'll get another number on your report, but your file still has to always be called _2. So can you go for a second to the File Explorer, please, Lorena? You're definitely going to get extra credit points today, Lorena. And you too, Holly, by the way, because you two are being ridiculously helpful. So I just wanted you to know that I completely appreciate this kind of stuff that you guys are doing. You're welcome. Okay, so here we go. Notice that if Lorena goes to fix this file because something was wrong, look at all the different files that down there, it says recent files, and she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are similar names. What if you're confused about where to put away stuff and you thought that the latest one you put in the downloads, but in reality, the latest one was in your documents? Like, it has happened so many times that people are heartbroken because they submitted something, they're almost there, you got 8 points, then you make a correction on it, and then you get 5 points, and like, what's wrong? And it's because they corrected the last thing on the original submission. You know what I'm trying to say? So basically, in order to avoid that, always save your files to the same spot. So in the comp folder, in the Word module, whatever it belongs, that way you know that's the last one you submitted. But worst case scenario, especially if you submitted on VDI and perchance forgot to put it in the S drive and lost the file, which can happen. So can you go back to Canvas? Click on the underneath. Yeah. So what this is telling you, and this is new, this wasn't there before, and this is really cool. You can actually download the last thing you submitted. That way, for sure, it's the one that's the last one. So if you scroll up a little bit again, you can just click on the saved file SAM, because that's the one that you submitted. That's the one that you got the maybe 5 points on, that you wanted 10 points on. So click on it again. Download it. Now, for sure, this latest download is the one that you just got graded. Open it again, either from your File Explorer or from here. And now you can make whatever corrections. And this is the one that you need to submit. Now, the important thing when you submit, I always say, is to look at the timestamp, because the file from now on will be calling number 2. So you need to look at make sure that the one you're submitted is the one that you just finished. So say that you finished working at, I'm looking at the time, 7:43. Well, then make sure that you submit the file that you finished at 7:40, because that's the only way for you to know in the future. If you save them in different places, if you save in the same place, it'll never be a problem because the file will just keep updating. Okay. But if perchance you sometimes save in one place, sometime in another, and some of you guys are new to this and you're not really sure where you're saving your files at, look at the time of the one that you're submitting, and that'll help you know. So let's go back to Canvas one more time, and you can go down to that Chrome right there to go back to Canvas. Say that you want to resubmit right now. How would you submit? You would just browse files again and submit again. So let's go ahead and click on that browse files. Yeah. Now go to that one and click on it again. Let's assume that she made changes. Yeah, we should have probably had you make a change. But anyway, see how there it says date modified 7/29? That's where you would see if it's the latest one, and you'd go and go, it's 7:40. This is 7/29. No, that's not the latest one. I finished one at 7:40. You know what I mean? In which case, maybe you saved it in the wrong place. But if this is the right place and you saved it in the right place, it will have updated and it will say 7:40. So go ahead and click on it and submit it one more time. Basically just showing you that to submit it again, you just submit it again. That's all you do. And see how down here it has a timestamp of the new saved file, now says 7:44. If you scroll down, let's say this was a resubmission. You already submitted attempt number 1. Oh, say submit for grade. Thank you. All right, and now notice that there's 2 attempts. Scroll down. You got 8 out of 10. So this is our second one. Attempt number 1 and the bottom says submitted at 7:32. Attempt number 2 submitted at 7:44. So it keeps track. So if you now go to the graded summary report, go ahead and go again. It downloads a new one, which if you hover now says report number 2. The other one said report number 1. And again, it's correct because you made no changes, right? But basically this is a new report based on your new submission. Does that make sense, you guys? That's the entire process. And in other component ones, you can do this only 3 times. And this one, you can do it up to 10 times. Use those times wisely. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't care if you submit 3 times or 5 times. The point to me, it's the more you try to correct it, the more you learn, because correcting it many times is gonna be the place where you're gonna really have your questions. You're gonna talk to me, you're talk to the tutors, and then you'll finally figure it out. Okay. All right. I think that that's it right now, unless anyone has any questions with this part of the submission. With what Lo is showing, if you want to see something again, then Lo, I'll let you stop your share because you've been so generous and awesome. Maybe I hold it there in case someone has a question. It's okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I told you to stop. Any questions about any of that process? Did anyone try to do it? And were you successful? Were you doing it parallel to us doing it?
I was able to do it.
You did it. Cool, Nelly. There you go. You got one of your 2 assignments done. All right. More importantly, as I said, it's knowing the process, getting comfortable with it. So go ahead, even if you got 100%, resubmit. Come on, you have 10. Just get comfy with the process of submitting, resubmitting. Go ahead and give it the wrong name. Save it with the wrong name and try to submit and go, ooh, and figure out what's going to happen when it doesn't work. Use this simple assignment to learn what Cengage is going to do, because the last thing you want is to be late on an assignment, submitting at the last minute, and then suddenly having Cengage do something weird, like not accepting it because it's got the wrong name. Go ahead and try it. That's it. Once you submit it the first time, that's right, but give it another try. Change it to _3 and submit it again and see what happens. Change it to try to submit an Excel file and see what happens. Try to submit, just learn what Cengage is going to do. Okay. Cool. Henrietta and Isaac, you have your hands up?
Yes,
Yes.
I got to the Cengage where they have the
Yeah.
project 1 and 2. But from there, when I was I did the download. And when I was trying to do the assignment, I didn't know where to go. I did it, but because I have a Mac, it got me to Pages, and I did. And I thought I downloaded the 365.
Okay.
Even
So
though
basically, hold on. Did you download 365?
I think I did it, but I'm in the I'm following all the instructions from the syllabus for the course. So I click in all the links. I've been clicking in all the links. So I can share my screen with you if you like.
Yeah, go ahead and share your screen, because if you're on a Mac and if you do have Office installed, then when you click on the file, it would open Office, not Pages. If it opened Pages, it's because your Office isn't installed yet. Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead and share your screen. Because it won't work if Pages, you can't do it on Pages, and if you don't have 365, then you need to do it through VDI. So to share your screen, you need to click on the big old greens.
I think I did it
one more time. Well, and then there's one more. There's 2 clicks in order to share your screen.
Okay.
First, there's big screen share button. Yeah. And then the second one, there you go. Now you're doing it. Okay. So
what I got.
Let's go find if you have Office in your computer. So I'm not even dealing with this right now. I want to see if your Mac has Office. So go all the way to the very top on the Finder. Guys, the Windows who wants to learn a bit about Mac. On the far right of your computer, far top right, you have
Finder.
I'm asking you to go to the very top right where there's a search bar for Spotlight. No, right is the whole other side of your computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one. Click on the Spotlight and write the word Word. Is your Spotlight not? When you click on that, what's happening? Oh, looks like it's going into the. The little search button doesn't open the Spotlight for you. It does. It looks like there it is. Now write the word Word, which is the name of the file. Okay, and now hit return. There's other ways to see if you have the program, but I XML.
I guess I have an older version of maybe.
Oh, okay, so say okay to that.
Because-
Let's go to your Finder again, which is what you first started to open. Go to your Finder, click on the icon there, and let's click on the little, yeah, and now let's go to applications on the left side. Scroll up to the word applications. And let's go to Office, Microsoft Office 2004. That would never work. Keep
Well-
scrolling. That's Office 2004. That doesn't work either. Keep scrolling. Okay, you don't have it. So did you download it, do you think? Go to your
I thought I
downloads.
done, but maybe I
Down-
have to do it again.
Go down to
So-
downloads and see if you downloaded it. Click on the downloads button. Yep. Click on that. Let's see if you downloaded it and still need to install it
I have a,
or.
I have a
Alright,
lot of stuff.
So, yeah, so it's easier if you go by file, go up to the top where you see a little button that, go to the left. And see those four, not to the right now, the little buttons that like many, yeah, now go to the one to the right next to it, to the right, yeah, click on that. Yeah, click there. Cool. So now this one, we can see by name. Do you know when you did this? Because this is by date right
Just
now.
recently, yeah, I did some,
Couple days. Go ahead and write under search, write office, probably it would be called, or Word.
Well,
Just write
um,
office. No,
no.
try
So
Microsoft.
maybe I didn't download it correctly. So maybe I have to do
Yeah.
it again.
Okay, so if
Okay,
you don't have
right.
it, you can't do it. You need to do it on VDI or you need to download Office first. Okay,
Right. Okay.
cool. So now when you downloaded this, which was perfect, when you opened it, Office, what happened is that where the Mac opens it up for you in Pages, which is the equivalent. Pages is the Word document for the Mac, but it's not
Right.
valid for this course. So
Yeah.
that's why. And you'll
Okay.
know that it's working once Office is there because it'll kick open the right thing. And that's,
Okay.
then you'll know that it's working. All right.
All right. Okay.
Isaac, you had a question, Isaac? Thank you for sharing your screen. Just turn to stop your share. There we go. Isaac? Okay. Isaac is probably not listening right now. I'm looking into questions and yes, Holly was successful. Nelly, you were able to submit it through the Chromebook. I will try to do it through VDI next time. Well, the Chromebook is VDI. I mean, the only way. So Nelly, I'm glad you submitted it, but by using VDI, by using the Chromebook, you are using VDI, right? Because the Chromebook itself can't use off, you don't have Office in Office. So you're fine. What you're doing is VDI. If you submitted it successfully, then you are doing VDI already. You got it, Nelly? So whatever you're doing is good. Keep doing what you're doing.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let me see. Henrietta. Did you have a question, Henrietta?
No, that was
You're
answered.
done. You're
Yes.
done. Okay. I just didn't know if you still had something else come up. Okay, Isaac, are you there? Joanna, you did it during class time and it all worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. Isaac, yeah. So you have a question?
Nah, that was from before, and I said I
that was
figured it
again
out.
from,
Yeah.
cool. Last time I just hadn't lowered you guys' hand. I try to lower you guys' hand when I say that, but if not, then you can go and lower your own hand just so that I don't keep bugging
Oh,
you guys.
Okay, my fault.
Once it, no biggie. I'm just telling you that if it's still up, I try to lower hands after I answer the questions, but since you said no question in my brain, I just didn't lower your hand because you didn't have a question that was dealt with. So, all right, anything else, you guys? So then I would love, if nothing else, then I would love to see Holly's screen, who's gonna show me if there's anything else in Cengage. And basically that's it. You have this assignment due, and then go and check out all of those links for how to purchase a computer and do that. And then those of you who don't know Windows 10 well, make sure to do all the trainings and then ask questions to tutors and stuff if something isn't clear. And those of you who do know Windows 10, go do the training anyway to learn how the exam is going to go. But you still have a week for the exam. So if you already know Windows 10, maybe you have less need to be practicing. That's it. That's what's due. The reason I had to postpone all the assignments because some people didn't have the textbooks yet. So we're starting a little bit slower, but that's fine because I had kind of some resting time in the middle that we'll have less of, but that's fine. Cengage messed up with the textbooks. And so I just changed the course a bit. So be it. All right. Other than Holly, if you're done and you don't have any other questions and you want to go, then have a wonderful time. Holly, thank you. Let's see this screen now. You had pinpointed a few more. Oh yeah, look at that word module 1. Let me shoot that.
Thank
All
you.
of
Good
them.
night.
All of them say available. Bye, Lorena. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
10:05, 10:05, 10:05. Okay, that is bizarre. I'm wondering if it's happening into, wow, all the others. So let me see. Can you, I don't, it doesn't look like, don't you see any other activities? Yeah, can you keep scrolling down to see the rest? On the far right, there's a scroll. Let's see. Do you know the trick that if you just click, instead of scrolling, go back up, scroll up to the top again? Because when you scroll like that, it's hard to know. Do you know that if you put your mouse instead of on, no, instead of there, scroll up to the top again. Let me just show you a cool trick. Yeah. Now move your mouse without clicking right to where under that gray bar ends, just to the white part of the bar. Yeah. And now just click one time. That takes you exactly to another page, and then you click again exactly to another page. You know what I mean? That way you don't have to scroll down and never know where you finished. Just letting you know. All right, so let's go all the way to the top and let's look again. Yeah, and now just click one down and let's look and see again if there's any other dates like that. Oh, wow. 10, 12, wow. Every single one of them is doing that. Oh. Can you scroll down again? It keeps going, huh? Pretty much. They're all. Oh, the exams are not that way, but all the assignments. Oh, my Lord, what happened there? Okay, and then the trainings that have no schedule are fine. So every single assignment, they all have the right due date for me, but I'm gonna have to check them all. You know what, Holly, since you've shown me this is so helpful, I'm gonna go ahead and go in there and do the same thing I did to the Get Starting project to the rest. And then I'll send you an email. Can you check in maybe sometime within today and tomorrow when I tell you that it's done? Just to see if this has changed, since you know what you're talking about, since you pointed it out, and see if it's changed for you, because I won't be able to see it because this doesn't show up for me, and confirm that it's working. Can you help me out with that once I send you the email? Yeah, well, if you don't mind staying on, do something. It'll take a little bit of time, but yeah. Bye, Henrietta. So okay, I'll start doing it, and then it shouldn't take that long, but if you can hang in there, or just go and take it'll be at least 10 minutes, go and do something and then come back in 10 minutes and ask me if I'm done. That would be very helpful. All right, cool. Thank you, Holly. I'm going to stop your sharing and I'm going to work on it. And let me see, it's 8 minus 1 minute. So check in 10 minutes, and hopefully I've been able to finish them all by then. Thank you. All right.
So we're all
Bye,
good?
everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to stop the recording. Everyone, see you next week. And but I'll keep Holly on. But you guys, you're welcome to leave the class.
All right, good
Bye,
night.
guys. Good night.